Today we're going to be having a video that's all about nutrition, and it's all about the right kind of food for a disorder that I happen to have, which is called Graves' disease. And Graves' disease is actually related to a thyroid disorder where it actually causes your thyroid, I guess, to overproduce the hormones that come out of the thyroid. And so I'm going to go over everything today on what is Graves' disease and what are the right foods you should be eating if you have this disorder to kind of alleviate the symptoms of it, and is it scary, is it life-threatening? We're going to go over all of that today. So thank you for joining us, and let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that I want to go over with you is what is Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism. Alright, so Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder that causes hyperthyroidism or overactive thyroid. So basically, when you have this disease, your immune system starts to think that your thyroid, I guess, is like a foreign body or something, but it starts to attack your thyroid, and it causes it to make more thyroid hormone than your body really needs. And the thyroid is a small butterfly-shaped gland in the front of your neck, and that's right here. Okay. So some of the symptoms of Graves' disease is a lot of these I actually had before I got medication for it, but sweating, I used to sweat a lot, man. Headaches, weight loss. I had some weight loss and I didn't understand why I was losing weight, and turns out it was this. Nervousness, yeah, some anxiety, emotional instability. I would kind of bark at people sometimes. My hands would shake and tremor. I didn't have the bulging eyes yet, and I'm glad that they caught it before that kind of developed, but that's one of the symptoms, is your eyes can start to bulge out, and you could actually go blind over time. It's pretty sad. And then goiter is like your neck bulges out into a big lump, and you just look like you have a big hump in your neck, and it's really scary and gross. And I'm sorry for people who have that, but you know, I didn't want to have that, so I'm really trying right now to change my diet, and that's why I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to do to avoid those things. And then yeah, your heart kind of doesn't your heart doesn't really sometimes you have like irregular heartbeats, and you could have a heart attack if you didn't really get it treated over time. A lot of nausea and diarrhea. Yeah, I used to have a lot of that. And then I don't know, you know, what this is, oligonorrhea, but it's in females. I guess it's something to do with your the hell's that called? Sorry, you know, your parts down there. I don't know all the names for them, but you know, your womb. Sorry. And then yeah, muscle weakness, and your bones also start to feel, so you can get osteoporosis really easily. Your bones start to get brittle, and it's just not fun. It's not a fun disorder to have, and so I wanted to, you know, really investigate it and see, you know, why do I have it, and what's the best thing to do now that I do have it, or know that I have it. Basically, I think it's a genetic disorder. It's passes down through different families, and there are certain things that you can do to alleviate it. So let's go over it. Okay, here are some foods to avoid. Gluten is one of them, and that the reason for that is that a lot of people that have Graves' disease also happen to, you know, celiac disease also, or celiac disorders can also be very related to this kind of disease. So that's why they recommend that you follow a celiac diet, which would be a gluten-free diet. And so if you start to follow this, which I have, you'll probably start to see a big difference in your health. And so here's some things to avoid if you have Graves' disease or celiac disease, is gluten. So wheat, okay? All the wheat plants. Wheat was developed and domesticated thousands of years ago by humans, but who says that all humans are naturally predisposed to being able to process them right. So there's actually a lot of studies into different genetics and disorders and different diets, and seeing that different people in different parts of the world sometimes don't have the ability to process different kinds of foods. So we shouldn't all be eating the same things. So wheat and all wheat products, like tortilla. My grandma used to buy wheat tortilla and wheat bread, things like that. Rye, triticale, which is a genetic cross between rye and wheat. Okay, it's like their baby. Barley. Barley is in beer, so that means no beer. Sorry, guys. Malt. Malt is barley that's been sprouted or germinated, and then they stop the germination and then dry it out. So it's kind of like just sprouted barley. And spelt is another grain to avoid. Kamut. I think that's from like the Middle East, man. It sounds like Egyptian or something. Farro. And durum. Durum is the pasta wheat, so if you have all those wheat pastas like wheat macaronis or wheat spaghettis, that's the one that you shouldn't be eating those either. Sorry, no pastas. And I love pasta because Italian food is my favorite food, so I'm still probably going to eat this kind of stuff occasionally, but I'm really going to reduce it and get it mostly out of my diet for the majority of my diet. And brewer's yeast, so yeah, no beer. And that's some things to avoid for gluten, okay? Which is a lot, and I'm sorry that if you love bread, you're a bread lover or a pasta lover, starch lover, that sorry, but these things, if you have Graves' disease, could really probably add to it or make it worse. Okay, some other things to avoid if you have Graves' disease is getting too much iodine. Iodine stimulates your thyroid hormones, and you don't want to do that any more than you already are. So get the dietary iodine out of your diet. They put iodine in bread. Iodine is not really a naturally occurring substance in a lot of things on land. It occurs naturally in seafood and things like that. But in our diet, we get iodine. Sometimes they add it to bread, salt, and dairy because supposedly human beings need it, and they don't want us all to get sick because we all didn't have access to seafood, so they put it in stuff like that, and you don't need that. So since you're not eating bread anyways, that'd be good. That's great, And then salt, cut down on your salt, really. Try to get it out of your diet as much as you can. You still need iodine as a person with Graves' disease, but you don't need as much as other people. And dairy has a lot of iodine added to it. Plus, dairy creates mucus in your body. It's really not great for you anyways, so it's better not to be eating dairy. And then naturally occurring high iodine foods, some white fish like cod and haddock. The leaner fishes always have more iodine in them than the fatty fishes. And I'll go over some fatty fishes later, but basically cod and haddock are lean fishes, and you shouldn't have white fish or things like that have high iodine. And seaweed or kelp, I love those seaweed snacks that they have now, the ones that come like little sheets that are crunchy, and they sell them at the store, but nope, can't do that either. Get that out of there. Here are some statistics on things that have iodine in them and how much they have in them compared to other things. So it's really useful to have this chart because this will help you really know what is good to have once in a while if you still want to have it, and some things maybe never have, just don't have them. But here's some different seaweeds with the different amounts of iodine, and you can see kelp is really at the top of the list. And then fish, the lean fishes are at the top. Okay, more fatty fishes at the bottom, like tuna and sardines. Salt, how much salt has, how much dairy they add, how much iodine they add to the dairy. And then some meats and other things, strawberries, eggs, that have iodine as well. So just know your iodine and where it is and how much you're going to be taking in so you don't get complications. And then foods to avoid are meat and animal products. Just avoid those things. Our furry friends shouldn't be turned into meat cuts. They should be respected and taken care of, like we're the shepherd and they're the flock. Because they are our flock. We're human beings. We're supposed to watch over the surface of this planet and all the creatures on it, not destroy them and eat them and be weirdos. But that being said, I will probably from time to time occasionally ingest meat, because I do think that there are some things in there that for me specifically I would still like to have, and that come from meat. Okay? So I don't know. I'm trying to really get over meat. This is a moral dilemma for me. I don't want to eat meat anymore, but I just don't know if there's just some valuable nutrients in there, I'm still debating on, is it worth the nutrients that are in it? So we'll see. You can probably get, and I'm pretty sure you can get most nutrients from meat in other places, but you got to be very smart about it. And I just like sometimes to have meat. Just, I don't know. We're omnivores for a reason. I don't know. Maybe we weren't meant to eat it. Maybe we were. Who knows? But that's your own debate. Okay, foods to eat. You're probably wondering, well, what can I eat now? Well, here's some things you can eat that are actually great for boosting your immune system for Graves' disease and to combat the symptoms. Some calcium-rich foods. Broccoli is really great. I've really started eating a lot more broccoli, and it's really helped my energy and my just feeling of well-being and immune system. Almonds have a lot of great minerals and vitamins in them, as well as calcium, a lot of calcium. Kale. Kale is great. I don't like the taste of it when it's raw, but if you really cook it good and break it down a lot, it's a decent meal, food, and it's alright. Sardines, just warning you that it still does have iodine, so be careful how much sardines you eat. But it does have a lot of calcium in it, so if you want to eat them from time to time, that'd probably be okay. Okra is a good source of magnesium as well as calcium, and calcium and magnesium go together because you need magnesium to be able to absorb the calcium. So even eating okra gives you the boost right there of just immediate calcium and magnesium intake. And then chia, poppy, and sesame seeds these are some of the powerful seeds that we have that have a lot. They're superfoods. They have a lot of different vitamins and minerals and things like that we need in our bodies. So just get some of those. Those are expensive, but they're great with calcium. And foods to eat as well are vitamin D rich foods. We have fatty fish, okay, and it says oily fish such as salmon, tuna, sardines, mackerel, and trout are full of omega-3 fatty acids. Good fats, unlike the bad saturated fat you would find in most meats. Okay, so the fat in these fatty fish are actually really good for you and for your heart. And the Dietetic Association recommends salmon, tuna, trout, herring, sardines, and mackerel. But I'm still warning you, there is iodine content in these fish. Not as much as the lean fish, but there still is. So high iodine warning. Fatty fish are high in vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for cardiovascular and heart health. But they also have less iodine than leaner fish like cod and haddock. And then mushrooms are a great source of vitamin D. Know which ones you're going to eat and which ones, because mushrooms, there's a lot of different kinds of mushrooms, and you can get the wrong kind, the hallucinogenic or the poisonous, and just make sure that you're, careful with what you put in your mouth when it comes to mushrooms. Because I think mushrooms, my theory is that they're not from this planet, man. That they came on an asteroid or something. They're an extraterrestrial intelligence. They communicate with each other through the spores and stuff. I don't know, man. Mushrooms are weird, but I don't really like to eat that many mushrooms. So that's something that you guys can do if you want, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. Eggs. Eggs have a lot of vitamin D, but remember they also have iodine, so be careful with that as well. Okay, foods to eat. Magnesium-rich foods are also great. Magnesium will help to absorb that calcium that you're going to be trying to intake. And so some things with magnesium are dark chocolate, avocado, Brazil nuts, basically all the things that come from the Americas, you know, all these beautiful things that were indigenous to the Americas. Pumpkin and sunflower seeds. I like to eat them raw. I think that's the best way, so you get most of the nutrients. Almonds as well, and cashews. So all the nuts that you probably see in your grocery store aisles, you know, those are great for you. Even one Brazil nut is enough iodine and magnesium and all those things and all your micronutrients for like a day, because there's a bunch of things in it that you should really research Brazil nuts. There's a lot of different things in Brazil nuts that are going to be good for your body. And legumes, okay? Beans, different kinds of beans. Green split peas, Roman beans, light red beans, chickpeas, green peas, mixed bean, all the beans. There's no pinto beans on this chart. I don't know why they're being racist against pinto beans. But maybe the pinto beans are just not popular, I don't know. But yeah, so legumes. Also, you need the micronutrient selenium, because this will help your eyeballs to not start to bulge out and to have problems. Okay, so this selenium, you really need this for the eyeball stuff, and you don't want your eyes to bulge out. So sardines have a lot of selenium as well, but again, high iodine warning. Brown and wild rice have a lot of good amount of selenium in them. Brazil nuts have selenium as well. So if you're eating Brazil nuts, you're getting double nutrients. Spinach has selenium, and eggs, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. Mushrooms again have selenium, and legumes. There you go. So a lot of different foods you could eat. Alright, so those are some foods that you should probably avoid, and some foods that you could eat to help with your Graves' disease. But on the spiritual side, okay, we are also spiritual creatures. Let's talk about some chakras, okay? What are chakras? Chakras are the energy centers of the body. This kind of medicine comes from the East, from the Indus Valley, and developed out there, Ayurvedic medicine, and these are things that I believe in, and they've for thousands of years, you know, been also believed by other people, so they must have some kind of power. And their theory or their beliefs are that you have 7 different energy bodies in your body. We are made of light and sound frequencies. That's all we are. That's all matter is. That's all the universe is. It's just light and sound vibrations. So if our bodies are electric and we are made of light and sound and electricity, then there has to be natural points of energy that would run along our bodies. And these in our human bodies, we have 7. So here we go. The different chakras are the first one at the bottom, your root chakra. It's what grounds you to the planet, to the universe, to know your existence, and that's why it's the I am chakra. Sacral chakra is your next one up. It's your more sexual chakra, and it's your feeling chakra. And then your solar plexus chakra is your, I guess, your I do chakra. Okay? It's all about your personal power. And your heart chakra is about your love and your compassion. Your throat chakra is about speaking your truth. And that's the one that we're really going to talk about today. Then there's the third eye chakra, which is the one above, which is the one you see and you understand and you're enlightened. This is the one that you use, that you're trying to open up when you meditate. And then your crown chakra is your understanding that you are your place in the universe and who you are and what you are, and just knowing that you are part of the divine. That's your crown chakra. And so the one we're going to talk about today and try to give you some therapy for that is your throat chakra, which is also related to your, if you have Graves' disease, to your thyroid. And your throat chakra can be very alleviated or opened up, or your energy could be unblocked if you eat some blueberries and blackberries. Okay? And these, because they're blue, I guess, will help to heal or open up your chakra, your throat chakra. Drinking coconut water, okay, fresh coconut water is going to help you out there. Lemon, these are all things for your throat that'll make your throat feel better. Herbal teas, okay, I love different kinds of herbal teas. Raw honey, great antifungal, antiviral. It's going to help your throat. And tree fruit. Different kinds of tree fruits like peaches, plums, pears, apples, the fruits that grow on trees. Okay, so those are really going to help out your throat chakra if you eat those kind of foods as well. Alright, and the next thing you could do if you want to unblock your throat chakra or help heal your throat chakra are say some affirmations, use stones, and wear different colors or have different colors around you. So some affirmations you could say are, we have on the left, I hear and speak the truth. I am expressing myself with clear intent. Creativity flows in and through me. I am an important voice in the world and my voice is heard. I speak my truth clearly. I love to share my experiences and wisdom. I know when it is time to listen. I listen to my body and my feelings to know what my truth is. I am safe and trust others to allow me to express myself truthfully. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. I am the truth. I express my love and goodness each time I speak. So those on the left are some affirmations you could say that I got from one website, and then on the right are some other ones. I communicate with ease. I am able to clearly state my needs. I am always able to find the right words. I communicate with others confidently. I am able to speak my truth with ease. My voice is heard. My truth is love. I am comfortable in silence. I set clear boundaries. I am always understood. I am a compassionate listener. I am an active listener. I am the authority in my world. I create speech that reflects my loving thoughts. I vocalize my feelings. I am balanced in speaking and listening. I release doubt over what I say or didn't say. I have an important voice in the world. I claim and honor my true voice. And my thoughts are positive and I always express myself truthfully and clearly. My voice is heard. So you can say these affirmations. You can say them to yourself. You can read them over and over again. You can find a video online that already has these where someone's speaking it to you, and you can listen to them over and over again and repeat them with the person. I listen to those kind of videos all the time, and I really like those kind of channels where you can listen to the affirmations and then repeat them back. And then some other things you can do is wear some colors that are turquoise or blue or light blue, and that's why I'm wearing today my turquoise shirt. I'm trying to open up or to heal my throat chakra energy. And then some stones you could carry or have on you or near you, or maybe sleep with you under your pillow or something, or under your mattress, are some different stones like turquoise, angelite, titanium quartz, apatite, aquamarine, chalcedony. I'm not sure how to say that one. Blue calcite, blue lace agate, celestite, lapis lazuli, dumortierite, kyanite, blue aventurine, sodalite, tanzanite, aqua aura quartz. Just basically all these beautiful blue crystals and stones. You could have some of those on you as well to help open up your throat chakra and really start to heal your thyroid. Okay, so alright, so that is basically my presentation on some foods that you could eat and some foods that you probably shouldn't eat if you have Graves' disease or hyperthyroid disorder. Also, this is just a great diet to follow if you're just trying to lose weight or you're trying to be more vegetarian or more vegan. The fish, or a pescatarian if you want to keep the fish in your diet. But that's for the material side. Okay, that's your body. But also, think about your spiritual side. Think about, I am a light creature, a creature made of light and sound. And so there are energy centers in my body, like in my throat chakra, and there's things you can do if you're a spiritual person to kind of open up that chakra and help to heal your thyroid as well, because your thyroid is in your throat chakra. It basically is the major part of it. And so to heal your throat chakra, your spiritual and your body really are related. So your spiritual side will start to probably heal or relieve some of those symptoms, and you maybe could even get off medication. I've heard of some people with thyroid disorders eventually getting off medication if they get their thyroid in check. That's possible. I've also believe in the miraculous healing of yourself using your mind and your diet and your energy to raise and to get rid of cancer and things like that. I believe that people can do that as well. They have that power. And so if you have that kind of want or that inclination to try and heal yourself like that, the stones and the affirmations and the foods that you could, and the different drinks that you can also take would be another way to help heal your throat chakra and also to alleviate your Graves' disease. So, alright, so thank you again for joining me. That was I tried to keep it quick and go through it as quick as I could, but it was a lot, and so hopefully this video is not too long for you to lose interest in, and just long enough for you to really get a lot of juicy information, especially if you have Graves' disease, and what you should probably be doing for your diet to help make you feel better. Alright, and since I've started to do some of this stuff, I do a lot of this stuff actually, I've started to feel a lot better. So if you want to feel better and even lose some weight, because I lost some weight too, man. It was really easy to lose weight, and that was Graves' disease, you already lose weight anyways, but for me, I was way overweight, so I needed to lose a lot more weight. So it really helped with that as well, because you're eating more things that are going to be good for your digestion and help you to really clear yourself out and lose weight. So it's kind of a added bonus if you follow this kind of diet. So again, thank you for joining me. My name is Adam, and thank you for coming on this journey with Be Still and Know. And we're going to have a video probably soon on why I call this channel Be Still and Know. So remember, whatever comes your way, it's going to be a great